guys, Nick here. You're listening to the official podcast of 4PlayerNetwork.com, a weekly live show about video games. We're proud to say that we've been at this since 2008 and have remained 100% independent since day one, and that means you'll never have to hear a sponsored ad on this show. So if you want to support what we do, all we ask is that you consider making our silly little show part of your weekly rotation. You can tune in when we record these episodes live every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Central Time on twitch.tv/4playerpodcast, all spelled out. If that's not your thing, though, you can also subscribe to the show on your preferred podcast service, join our community Discord at discord.gg/4player, or, if you're so inclined, send us a couple bucks a month on Patreon. And that's it for shameless self-promotion. Time to talk about the latest and greatest in the world of video games. Let's get started. Alright, hey everybody, welcome to 4Player Podcast, episode 863. It is February 5th, 2026. I am your host, Nick Henderson, joined as always by Brad Simons.
What's up?
Christopher Guthridge.
Hello!
And Christopher Davis.
Hello, good evening. How are you?
Good evening. We've had a night of some technical difficulties, and we watched a bunch of trailers, and maybe went a little long because we got really into watching and talking about Crimson Desert before the show, which was pretty cool. Too bad people couldn't hear the audio. They could hear us. They couldn't hear the game audio, but who cares? The game just looks kind of fucking incredible. So that's the important thing.
It's gonna get like a 76, but I'm telling you, it's gonna be like they're like, dude, I know it's a 76. Still play this. I feel like that's what critics are going to be like.
76s are some of my favorite games in the world. So if it gets a 76, to me, that's like a 95, man. That means I'm going to love it. I'm here for it. We'll see what happens.
But sure.
Yeah, no, I mean, it is kind of true. Some of my favorite games of all time just happen to also be like 70s.
Some of my most hated games are 95s.
There we go. So anyways, yeah, welcome to the show. Guys, we got probably a little bit of a shorter episode for you this week. Just not a lot of new stuff, but hey, dude, 75% of us here have been playing Cairn, so we'll talk about that. But
also, the other game, there's almost nothing to say about it, and you'll see what I mean.
So, okay, well, I like
short show.
I was making the art for this episode, and the way I have it set up is I put a screenshot of like two of the games that we're talking about in the show, but we only have two games to talk about tonight, so I had to put Cairn right up there next to Vital Shell, which we'll talk about in a second. So let me tell you, one of these games looks fucking beautiful. Right next
to easy, buddy. Like it's art of a specific era. Easy.
I mean, but it also doesn't have any because I usually I look for like key art, like concept art or things that are like marketing art primarily. I don't look for like screenshots and stuff. And when I look up Vital Shell, that just doesn't fucking exist. This happens every now and then. We'll talk about a game that just doesn't have any like visually stunning art to look at. So, but I had to put Cairn right next to this. So, but that's all Brad's fault. Anyways, guys, welcome to the show. Before we get into it this week, I do want to start with an icebreaker like we've been doing. So again, if you're a supporter of us on Patreon or subscriber on Twitch, you should have a link to the forum where you can ask these questions. We're going to start every segment of the show with an icebreaker from the community. If you don't get your question answered on this episode, it could be on the next one, whatever. The forum is always open. So if you think of a question, go put it in there. This week's icebreaker.
Can we come up with a cute name for icebreaker? Because the term icebreaker just reminds me of like bad meetings I've had at work, and I want like
I mean, name. You come up with a cute name, Brad, and I'll start using that.
Something clever.
Yes, please, for the love of God, come up with something clever, because that is not clever, I admit it. It's a work in progress. We're also still kind of thinking about making some changes with the 4-player minute, but we have not yet gotten there. And a lot of this also has to do with the fact that I am still working on the website. I was hoping to have it ready in January. I'm hoping maybe I can finish it this weekend. We'll see. But keep your eyes peeled. 4playernetwork.com is updating here pretty soon. But anyways, our icebreaker this week comes from a new patron, Shop Creeper. And he asks, and actually, one thing I asked people to do last time, because I'm always curious to know what people have been playing. So Shop Creeper has been playing Warframe.
Okay.
That's the one from help me out here.
Digital Extremes.
Studio Digital Extremes, right? And he's also from North Carolina. So, anyways, his icebreaker question is: besides microtransactions, what do you guys think has been the worst game or worst trend in gaming lately? Some examples he gives are huge file sizes for games, day one patches, always online, forever early access, etc. Um,
Mm.
all of which are great answers. Some of them are more necessary than others, just kind of for the world we live in. But like, man, if you ask me, the first thing that comes to mind is, and I don't know if this is a trend, but AI. I mean, it drives me crazy everywhere I fucking look, and it's just getting worse on a daily basis. And just seeing
Yeah.
all these companies, whether it's gaming companies or movie companies or whatever the fuck, just jumping on the AI train. And I don't know. I think it's all cringe as hell.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it
You
depends
know,
on
is it
how
becoming any
it's
more prevalent?
used. Like,
Well,
just
yeah.
the
I mean, it's always about how it's used, but I don't know. I haven't seen one. I
For
haven't
me,
really seen one
it's
great
the
use of it
people.
yet.
I feel like we've gotten worse. Like the gamers have been getting worse. Like even the ones who are not like trying to get weirdly like stupidly like chuddy about it. Like I'm just talking about the average gamer is like
The average non-chud.
hating on things, and not even like the way I like am overly critical about games or I'm hard to please. Like in a way that seems like weirdly
Disingenuous.
disingenuous but effective, and it's scary. It's scary. I
Dising-
don't know.
Well, I
But
mean,
like
there's
effective, like they're effectively killing high guard. Maybe you know what I mean. It's like
Mhm.
whoa, ease up a little. Like I know Jeff Keighley shouldn't have made it the one more thing, but like
but calm down,
chill,
killer. You
bro.
know,
Chill.
this is also, I don't know how much. I mean, I guess this is a trend, but like because of like the because of what Twitch has become in terms of the industry and how it's made everybody into content creators and everything. Like the YouTube poison has seeped over into Twitch, or maybe vice versa. I'm not entirely sure, but like the trend is like it seems to me like the most popular content is like negative. It's like if you want to be
Mhm.
successful or you want to be positive or you want to get lots of hits, you got to say something negative or outlandish, and it
But
just
not the fun kind of like we're far
but not the
past
fun kind, like
angry video
toxic. It's
game nerd or
toxic.
whatever, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
toxic shit.
it's and
It's
boring,
It's
like
culture war.
uninspired.
It's like
Like they're all saying the same
post
shit.
it's post Gamergate culture war shit, which we have Jeffrey Epstein to thank for as well. I
Yep.
don't know if you guys saw that.
yes,
That was pretty cool.
Ooh.
yeah.
Oh
So
my
Bobby Kotick.
god.
So Bobby Kotick is that did I see that correctly?
You
Bobby
are
Kotick is
correct.
upset.
That
Well,
did
there's
happen.
that, but there's also that he had a meeting with the guy with Moot, the guy who invented and like ran 4chan, and then the day after their meeting, he started Poll, the politically incorrect board on
Oh
4chan,
God,
which is where Gamergate came from, which is where modern culture war kind of came from. Like
man.
it's a whole thing. It's worth a Google, but
Don't go to
Yeah,
4chan. Go to
yeah.
no, yeah.
uh, I don't know. Any other? I mean, a lot of the things that you mentioned here, like the huge file sizes, the day one patches, those have been things that have. Those are just like everyday
yeah.
things nowadays. Like
What's with like unstable PC ports?
that's a good question.
Yeah. I mean, I think like Japanese. I mean, look, there was a time where a Japanese developed game had a PC port that came out later. And now that doesn't happen anymore. And I feel like, you know, it's some of those developers still haven't quite figured it out because they've always traditionally maybe developed for console first instead of PC first. And they usually get there, but it takes time. Like for a long time, Monster Hunter made the console release and then the PC release later, and people were unhappy about it. And now they are trying to do both at the same time, and it's not quite working out.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
I
mean,
don't
and
know.
also there's something to be said about the fact that like the priorities could be moved around to like where PC could be priority, and then they could just stagger the releases. But like they don't want to do that because they want they want as many
Yeah.
day one sales as they possibly can. So a lot of times they're like
And
releasing these
there's
things
just more PC
prematurely.
players these days.
Yeah, I don't know. It's all a hot mess.
Like if you want a
Um,
pet peeve for me, it's the fact that you don't actually own the games that you're buying digitally, and B, that physical is slowly on its way out.
I mean, but it's been slowly on its way out for almost as long as we've been doing this
Yeah, that's been your
podcast.
concern
Yeah.
for 2
Um,
decades now, or whatever, or a decade
and
now.
I'll just tell you this, and you know, I used to be the resident, you know, fan of like physical media, and I still am on in some ways, but like at some point it became less important for me when it came to gaming.
It
I still
became more
like to buy
convenient for you
certain
because you press a
titles.
couple
At
buttons, you don't have to
some
wait for something in
point,
the mail.
he compromised his values.
I did compromise my values. I mean, I still like I will be buying a physical copy of Resident Evil 9 and playing it on my PlayStation. I bought, PS5 games that are, first party Sony games. Even if they're coming out on PC day and date, I'm probably going to be playing them on my PlayStation 5, physical copies, whatever. But I don't know.
Everything sucks.
I've become more comfortable with it, and I have, even though I hate the idea of like not physically owning the digital games that we're paying for, I have, as much as I've bitched and moaned about it in the past, I have yet to come up against a situation where I suddenly didn't have access to a game that I wanted to play. So it has not.
Yeah.
The day that happens, if it, God forbid, if it ever does happen, I'll probably be really pissed, and I might start to change my tune a little bit. But it hasn't happened yet. So, and a lot of times, by the time that actually does happen, it's for a game that you're probably we're never going to think about accessing ever again, anyways. So
Yeah. Like
Phil
poker night at the
Spencer.
inventory.
That's my answer. My answer is Phil Spencer.
everything sucks though. Yeah. So.
And if it was a good game, luckily they'll just sell a re-release of it later, and you can just buy it.
Yeah. Nick, you have a lot of those physical too, right?
I have my fair share of those. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, there's still a few games that are like trapped on my. This is not exactly the same thing, but like, I have games that I still have a Wii U because there's a couple games that I own that I can only play on my Wii U, which is in a closet.
What are
and
those
I don't know
games? I'm curious. What are they? And would you play
the
them?
Wind Waker remake.
What? Okay.
Pikmin. Well, no, Pikmin 3 came out.
No,
I guess.
Pikmin 3. Yeah. And by
know,
the
maybe
time you really need to play Wind Waker again, which you might be old, right? Like it's gonna be somewhere else, right?
I mean,
It's
but
gonna be
specifically
somewhere else.
that version, that is the definitive version of Wind Waker in my eyes.
You can
So-
just emulate it and play it on your Steam Deck.
It also might
You
be coming
know-
out this year because it's Zelda's 40th anniversary.
All right, slow down, bro.
Slow down. I mean, maybe,
People were also waiting
maybe.
for it on the 35th anniversary. And
That is true.
you
Every
know,
5
the
years, we
35th
wait around for a
anniversary.
major Zelda
But 40 is
release.
bigger than a
Release.
35th.
I guess.
But anyways, thank you, Shop Creeper, for supporting us on Patreon and for your question. We look forward to hearing from you again in the future. All right, guys, let's get to it. I do want to talk about Cairn, which apparently Brad has already lapped me on this. Well, maybe not lapped me. but
Was that
he's-
unexpected, dude? I feel like
I've played an
this
hour and a
game.
half.
I'm surprised
of it,
you
and
even
you've
picked it
played,
up.
like, I didn't pick it up. I'm playing it on the family.
No,
I'm
no.
playing
I
it
mean,
on our family.
I'm saying I'm surprised you're even playing. I mean, I guess the reviews.
Oh
are
no,
pretty hot.
this
But like,
is,
I've been very excited about Cairn for a long time, and
I mean, you are the reason it's been on my radar.
and you
Why
know,
I like this show.
I've always been like, talked about the days of old Tomb Raider and how climbing in games isn't like that anymore. Like a like a Fumito Ueda game, right? Like climbing
Yes.
became just transition shit where you couldn't even really fall, and there was no like challenge.
They sucked all the danger out of it. Yeah.
Yeah, they sucked all the danger out of it. Like even back in the day, I was beating this drum when I was repping that fucking Ubisoft game. I always forget the name of it. I Am Alive. And I was
I Am
like,
Alive,
yo,
yeah.
you actually have stamina and stuff when you're climbing. I've always been looking for this.
I like that
I'm a big Grow Home fan, right? Like I love like real fucking.
He's a grower, not a
climbing, and not
shower.
like.
Go back in the records. You'll see that I put I Am Alive in my top 10 that year. If that says
I
anything
think
about
I did too. I
my
did too. But like I put it in there from the position of someone who desperately wanted more interesting like platforming and that sort of path of platforming that started with Tomb Raider. Uh, and this is certainly that and a lot more. Like what I found now, having finished the game and now have started another playthrough, and I'm discovering things I absolutely did not discover the first time, is there's a lot more in Cairn than just like a climbing simulator or whatever. Like this is a
I'm even starting to see
beautiful
little inklings
artistic
of
game
that.
with lots of things to see and do, and
More of a story than I
honestly,
was expecting too.
yeah,
Like
more story and like little
it's got a
moments of
it's got a
yeah.
character that has like a history and relationships with people that you don't interact with directly in the game because you're climbing a mountain, but like you get voicemails from them and you kind of know you learn things about this character that I think could have easily just not been part of the game, but the fact that they are there I appreciate quite a bit.
They didn't really, I feel like, feature that much. They showed some Marco in what have you met Marco,
Hello.
No,
Nick? Oh, so you are very early.
I'm literally an hour and a half into this game and the first hour of it was
Oh,
the tutorial.
Crispy, you're a
um
lot further, right?
Mhm.
Where you at? You're on the mountain?
I'm climbing
Like Nick
around.
might not actually even be
I'm
on
in
the
some
mountain.
fucking I did the temple. I'm in like the temple of the wind or something. I just got to the part where like gusts are a thing.
We're not talking about Wind Waker anymore, dog. I'm just
He's
gusts.
fucking with
Wait.
you.
Oh,
No,
like wind.
there is a place called
Wind.
like Temple of the Wind. Like I was looking at a guide. I don't remember what it's called, but I think it's
Yeah, no,
Temple of the
I
Wind.
know. That's the thing. Like this is not like our Earth, right? Like this is a fictional world in like a fictional time, and some of it is very like you know realistic, and some of it is very
The
like oh
Palace of
that's like
Wind. That's what it's called.
that's some science fiction shit. Also, what's going on
I
with
wasn't aware
like
of that.
huh?
I mean, I wasn't like I don't even think I'm far enough to really kind of pick. I mean, aside from the
Well,
fact that you have a
Well,
little
I
like
mean like science
robot
fiction,
friend.
like climbing robots are not a thing that
Yeah.
respond to
I
your
don't. I wouldn't call it
wishes.
science fiction.
I mean,
Sure, the
I mean,
robots are fine.
yeah.
It's reality adjacent.
But there's a
Yeah.
whole other like no, there's a whole other like yeah, the mountain that you're climbing has a like like a cultural significance to a culture that doesn't exist
Yeah.
Gotcha.
in
Okay.
the real world
Yeah.
and is not
Like
human.
like people also could not also people could not live up on this mountain that you're climbing. It like you come across like I don't want to spoil anything, but you come across like people and it's like it's different. It's weird. It's unexpected. I thought maybe there would be one other character in the game, and that character Marco was in the trailers. It's a fellow climber, who's also trying to climb Cammy. I've heard people call it Kami because it feels better, but they call it Cammy in the game, right? At least the main character does. Ava.
I'll take
It's
her
Yeah, she
word
has
for
a
it.
British accent.
she's
What does
like
she
a
know?
well, Cammy, yeah, it's weird. I mean, she's like an all-star climber, and she's going to be the first person to climb this mountain that nobody's ever climbed. You learn a lot about the mountain and the people who climbed it a lot, like later on, and it's kind of shocking. And then there's this other
See, that's the
like
kind of shit
younger
that's
climber,
gonna keep me going, for
or
sure.
just because it's an incredible game, Nick, that would
I
keep you
mean, no, no,
going
no.
with
I mean,
incredible
like,
mechanics.
no. Listen. It is. I'm still very early, but like, yeah, it is way, way beyond my expectations as far as mechanically intense
Yeah,
climbing.
if this game did not have any story in it, I would and like it was just art and the climbing, it would be absolutely fascinating still. Um,
Yeah, but
I
the
don't
fact that
even
it
think
has all those
this,
elements is really nice.
and not just story and characters, but like they have shit in this game. There's like major like items and stuff that can dramatically affect your climb that you
Can
might not come
miss.
across at all, at
Ooh,
all.
Yeah, I think I've
And
already missed some stuff.
yeah, like significant stuff. That's one of the main reasons I'm playing again,
that's
because
sick.
the climb, it's also a survival game, right? So you have
Yeah,
like a hunger meter and a thirst meter and like a coldness meter, and like their hands are like fucking deteriorating and you're constantly putting tape on them, and it's this
gotta
constant
chalk your
pressure that makes
hands.
you feel like you have to keep going, right? So like I see interesting stuff like down different parts of the mountain, but at some point I'm like, I got to make a decision, I got to keep moving, and I think I'm going to go this way. And once you start going that way, it is not easy to go somewhere else. So you
It would
just
be a
kind of keep going
time-consuming.
up.
Yeah.
You just keep going up.
Well,
And that's a cool feeling, but it's also like I really wanted to see what was over there, but it either looked too
Nick,
hard or I didn't have the time or I didn't have the supplies,
Wait,
so I'm just going
Brad,
this way. Luckily, you find
pause
supplies.
for a second. What's up, Crispy?
oh, I'm just saying that like you need to understand that where you're at, the
Oh.
game like hasn't become a survival game yet. Like
Mm.
Oh, no,
like
yeah.
I am stuck in these like really long loops of like I just made an hour of progress and then fell and died. Like
Yeah.
like really awful loops.
It's not
like
an easy
it
game.
like changing your mind about where you're going is
It's the
impossible.
worst.
Is
It feels
death.
bad.
Like
It feels bad because you're like
yeah.
you use items to get there, and it's like you're in you're on a cliffside, and it's like I could reload a save, but fuck that, dude. And it feels bad, and you fall, and you're like, but it's not when a fall kills you. Sometimes it's like sweet release because sometimes you fall like 50
It
feet
makes
and
the
you land
decision
on the
for
end of
you.
your rope and you slam into the rocks, and you're like, well, I'm still here. I guess I need to get back up there, except I'm fucked up and I ate a bunch of my items and I still don't think I can make it. But oh well.
Yeah, like,
The game makes you feel what, the climbers are feeling in a way that,
dude,
you feel
very,
desperate.
very, very early in the game at this point, and I'm still at a point where it's like this is not even like it hasn't even really gotten challenging yet, but like I'm like, okay, I need to climb, I need to scale this wall. I can see there's like a plateau up there, and that'll take me to my next area, whatever. So I'm scaling this wall. I pick a spot to start climbing, and I get like 90% up the way. I use like three of the self-screwing
Piton, piton,
pitons. And then I get to the top, and I try like 8 times to try and make it to the top of the over the threshold onto the plateau, and I'm like, I don't think I'm going to be able to do it from this spot. Like I think I fucked up. I think my only way out of here is to
you
go
gotta
all the way
you
back
gotta
down
use your
here.
path.
a-
I will
And
say,
like that sucks.
I will say this is a very challenging game, and I absolutely think you should play on Alpinist. I think
That's what I'm
Alpinist,
doing.
but like
Alpinist.
and you could turn off the survival stuff. Don't do that. There's accessibility stuff that you can turn on that helps you learn how to play the game well that you can just, turn off. Like I don't have any of it on now, but when I like the first half of the game or so, I had like there's like an option you could turn on to visualize like if you are making good hand and feet placement. And it helps you learn what that looks like when like if you've put your hand or foot in like I mean, it's semi-intuitive, but it's not always. And
Can I
you'll learn how to climb well that way. You could also turn on the option to it visualizes it like the limb that is currently selected will have a glow to it. So you
That would be
always
helpful.
know what limb you're moving because sometimes when you have that off you think you're moving one hand but you're actually like moving the other or moving your foot and a split second until you figure out which limb it actually is can mean a lot when the game gets really hard. So turn
Right.
some of like that stuff isn't in the accessibility options or like but it is in just the gameplay options. So turn that
Yeah.
stuff on till you really get a feel for it because it helps big time. Because the
Also,
game gets
I think
hard
it's
in
I th- I think it's
ways you
worth
probably don't.
mentioning because like we're talking about this being like a climbing simulator of sorts, but like
Not really a
it
simulator, but
well not
it's
yeah, I mean that's why I'm hesitant to
detailed.
maybe use the term. But like it is like just to kind of like paint a picture of how it controls, especially if you're watching this. My wife actually was watching me play this and she's like, "This is QWOP." It is like
Well,
vertical I mean, like each each time you move, you control an individual limb, like your left arm, right arm, or one of your legs, right? and every time you place, you have to commit to a placement
Gerp.
with that limb, and then
He
it will switch to the
he
next most
yeah.
logical limb, and you have to just kind of
Benefati
like
did make a
shimmy it.
climbing game. But yeah.
Yeah, getting over it.
No,
It
well, Gerp,
I
but yeah.
wouldn't. Okay, whatever. Shut up. Um, Thanks, Brad. Thank you.
Sorry,
It
killed
feels
the
like
thought.
QWOP until you get the hang of it. It's not like QWOP is intentionally obtuse.
Yeah,
Like
no, I mean
this
that was my
is
response
not.
to her.
This is fine control. Like
Yeah.
No, it is it controls really really well, but like just in terms of like unless you've played a game like QWOP, I don't feel like
yeah.
you may be familiar enough with like this kind of control scheme. Like it would just be so alien to you. I feel like
It's
it's
physics
definitely
based.
it's physics based, but the fact that you're controlling individual limbs one at a time to like climb a vertical surface is just it's so like for people, especially people who are used to playing games where climbing is a mechanic nowadays, where like we've said for the longest time, like climbing is kind of a joke or it's an afterthought. It's not even a chat part of the challenge. It's just an
Or
obstacle
like Nick, you
to.
played Jusant, right? So Jusant is
Yes.
a game with like some more detailed climbing mechanics, right? But it
Yeah,
has like
but
pitons
still
and
nothing
stuff
like
and
this.
stamina. But like that in that game, you control where you place your hands, but the feet just do their own thing. Like can
Yeah.
you imagine that in this game? No, like
No.
like I've heard like real climbers play this game and are shocked by how similar it is in terms of like how you move up a rock face in real life, where you're kind of
Yeah.
like moving one limb at a time, making sure you have good stable like at least 3 points or whatever before you kind of make the next step. Like they made
Dude,
something
my
very
favorite thing is like
realistic.
if you pick a spot to start climbing where it's kind of like you're kind of in a corner, you can literally get to a point where you're like you have your arms and legs kind of like split between two walls and you're like shimmying kind of up the
Hmm.
either wall, um which is really neat because it is physics based and it's very intuitive, but like you also have to think about like if you put your you can't just put your foot anywhere. If you put your foot here, which is looks basically just like a very smooth rock surface, there's a good chance your foot is going to just slip out from under you, and
Hmm.
that will happen. So like you have to manage, you have to decide strategically where would be a good place to use your piton to like set a like a kind of, which is basically like a safe, not really a save point, but like a
Oh, it
a
ain't a
check.
save
It
point.
makes
Definitely not
no, no,
later
no, no.
either.
But no. It's not
It's
a save point,
yeah,
but it's like a checkpoint for the wall that you're
yeah,
currently climbing. Because if
yeah,
you fall, you're only going to fall back to that point, pretty much. You could still fall if you're too high. You could still fall and slam
and
into the
die
wall and hurt yourself, but you won't
and
fall all the
die
way
even.
back to the ground or die. Yeah. Um, so it just kind of forces you to think about platforming in a way that I've never seen personally in a video game before. And like my response to my wife when she said this about QWOP, I was like, yeah, it is kind of like that, just mechanically speaking, I suppose. But like the goal of QWOP is to make you feel like an idiot, like make you feel like a fool, because it's like it feels next to impossible. Here, it's being used very strategically
Well,
to like
it's funny you say
simulate.
that about QWOP because Bennett Foddy also just made a game that's very similar to this called Baby Steps. Not
Right.
like, or tonally, or I mean, tonally, actually, honestly, I think kind of similar in the end. But that is a game where you're right. It's silly, but at the same time, it does have like some of that fine precision stuff, like with the feet placement later in that
Yeah.
game. Um, can I say that when thinking about something like Jusant, which is not a game I played too much of, but like that's a game where you were just kind of playing like an emotionless husk or whatever as climbing up the side of a mountain. The performance of Ava here and even the other
Mhm.
characters is really good. And when when she falls, she's fucking like pissed in the same way that
Yeah.
I am when I fall. And I'm like, that feels good because when you fall in games like from Lara Croft to whatever, like you're just watching someone fall. Here, if I feel what she feels, and that's good. And I think it's a really good performance, even if it is mostly just like grunts and screams and like anger and it's good stuff, even outside of
Uh,
like the actual scripted story moments.
Speaking of the grunts, uh, I was actually playing this a little bit before the podcast, and my wife was in the next room over, and she couldn't see the game, but she says, "Are you watching porn?" Because like all
Okay.
I was doing, I was trying to scale the wall, and all she was doing was like, like for like 5 minutes straight, and then I would like fuck up, I would slip off the wall, and I'd fall, and you hear this like thunk, she go, and I was just like, fuck, this does sound bad. I admit it, I see it. Uh, but you're right, the performance is very good, and I hate to even keep drawing the comparison to Jusant because it's almost not even fair. Uh,
It's a very different kind of game, but
I
I
mean,
mean,
kind of.
similar
This
but
just
different.
feels like Jusant taken to the next, like, because Jusant just kind of was like they aspired to be something like this,
That's like
kind of.
I mean,
They stopped
yeah,
shy of it.
that's like
I
an
mean, this,
arcade racer, and this is more like a Gran Turismo. It's just
yeah,
they're both
yeah.
driving games, right? But like they're going for very different things.
I will say
They
this:
both
when
have
every time I go to
pitons in
control,
them.
every time I go to control the feet, the thing that actually makes this game makes me like giggle every time I play this game, and it makes me think of QWOP every time, is like when you go to move the legs and you accidentally like first of all I can't tell which leg I'm moving at first, and then I like end up trying to like move my right leg across my left
Yeah.
leg like to the other side, and I'm like, okay, legs aren't supposed
Because dude,
to
what
bend
they're
like that.
doing is not like it happened. So there's no like baked in animations. It's all physics based.
Yeah.
And and
Oh,
it's
sorry, you just fell
it's
to your death. Oh god.
oh, did I? Yeah, I'm
On the
struggling
footage.
with
Yeah, he like
at one
jumped.
point in this footage. Um well, because so in my second playthrough, I'm playing like much fast, like kind of fast and loose with it. Because I want to get to like some spots I was curious about and like see what I can see.
You
So
gotta be
I'm
careful.
using less pitons in general because I'm just better at it, I guess now.
Fewer
But
pitons.
huh? Piton?
I said
I don't
fewer.
remember.
You're using fewer
Fewer.
pitons.
Yeah.
Pitons.
Yeah. And
Piton.
but I don't know. It's just it feels good. It surprised me with all the stuff that's hidden there. Like getting your leg in a good position and then pushing all the way up feels
Feels so
so
good.
good in this game. It feels so good because sometimes it's like I could like sidle over there and then like maybe have an easier climb up from that path, or I can just like go for it now. And if I get there, it might be dicey. I will be in a much better place, much quicker. And
Yeah.
I love that feeling.
It's a really cool feeling. Also, we kind of alluded to it earlier, but like, can I just say this game is fucking gorgeous.
It is
Like,
gorgeous.
like holy shit.
But there is a
I
lot
feel
of
like
it
this is
where
already a contender for like maybe gonna be one of the best looking games of the year
oh yeah. Oh
at
yeah.
the end of the
And
day.
as someone who's now played 1.5 uh playthroughs, just maybe one of the better games in general for me at the end of the year. This is a game that I think speaks to me for like what I'm looking and for games
This is
in
Brad
terms of
porn.
game
This is
design and like just game feel and stuff. And you know, I don't know if
yeah,
I
it's good.
like, you know, the metaphor of like climbing games is almost always the same. I think this game is doing some like different shit, and I don't know. I might not resonate with like that aspect of it, but um I don't know. I think this game's incredible. I really do. I think this is like
I think this is
like
gonna
a
be one that I
Trials
think
game or
about a lot.
something. Like I feel about like Trials HD or something. I'm always just gonna like boot this up and play some of it because I like the way it feels so much.
Yeah,
In a
I can
way
see
that I'm
that.
probably gonna boot up Grow Home tomorrow. Cause man,
Dang.
I miss Grow Home and Grow Up. Man. Or you
This
know
game's
what?
got
Where's
weather
the
too.
next Famitsu Ueda game? Where the fuck is that? Like,
Well, I mean,
can
it's
I ask
coming.
that question?
Well, there was
Where's
the
that
I mean,
fucking science
robot
fiction
game.
robot head fucking game? Where is
I
that?
mean, you do remember what it was like waiting for the Last Guardian, right?
Yeah, but it doesn't always have to be like that, you know?
but it
Eco and Shadow of
does.
the Colossus came out on the same console.
That is true. I mean, but like you're talking about developing for a PS2 is a much different proposition than developing for a PS5.
I mean, maybe
It's just a
not
different. It's
when
just
you're
a
making
different.
like an Aweda game. I don't know.
It's
I
just a
mean, we'll see.
different development landscape and different tech. Um, but yeah, that is a good question. I hope maybe that'll be one of the that'll be a big thing for Sony this year. Who knows? Um, but yeah, this game is pretty fucking rad. It makes my hands sweat
Well, Crispy, how are you
while I'm
feeling
playing
about
this.
this overall so far? 'Cause
Oh,
I did
I
see
think
that you've
it's
played like quite a chunk of it.
yeah. I mean, I think it's great. I mean, this is a very I didn't know anything about it beyond people were saying this is gonna be great. I
But beyond your
intentionally didn't
theft
really look in.
in Fantasy Critic.
Yeah, in Fantasy Critic. Yeah, for sure. Uh, I only knew it was gonna score points. And that it was a game about climbing. I didn't realize it was quite so. I didn't realize it was quite such a completed vision. Maybe
Yeah.
every aspect of
Yeah,
it. I think is kind of
it feels
r-
polished and
yeah, really like running on all cylinders. I think the emotional story character aspect of it playing into the climbing mechanics itself. It's just like a cosmic gumbo, It's great.
it's a
From the
complete thought.
developers of Fury. Remember that game where you
Yeah.
fought bosses to sick ass music?
Oh
Yeah.
shit!
I
Yeah.
That's these guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
man, I played that game, and that game I didn't finish
Rips.
that
That
game. It
game
whooped my
rips.
ass. It rips, but
Yeah.
it's hard as balls.
They also made that game Haven, which I don't think any of us played, but I played a
No.
demo of it. Haven?
Yeah.
Haven?
Yeah, it was
I think
the
this is
couple on
a
the planet, right?
Yeah, the couple on the
Mm.
planet who like loved each other and stuff, which was weird for video
Yeah.
games. These two characters love each other, and
How
you like
dare
play
they?
co-op. You play co-op. It's so. This is an aside. It's so funny if you've like. I still think about it like all the time. Two bros playing all the way through Divinity Original Sin 1 together, where like you're a dude and a lady, and like you know they love each other and stuff at the end kind of it's weird, it's so funny, but yeah, anyways, sorry, I think about that often.
no,
It's a
yeah,
good video game, good video game.
I think Cairn is a triumph,
Yeah,
and
I agree.
it is the blueprints of 2026.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
It is
It
February
came out
5th,
early,
and we're already calling it.
a bunch of assholes are
and
gonna act
everyone
like it.
else.
They're gonna be
Yeah.
finding excuses for it when they're trying to for why it's not as good when they're trying to boost their E33 of 2026. Those
Yeah.
fuckers.
Yeah.
Man.
It's pretty great.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know what? Speaking of which, I forgot. I was gonna mention this kind of at the top of the show, but we're getting started on our Game of the Year list. I have almost all the lists I need. I did open up a poll for the community to submit their personal top 10 lists. And you can find that link in the announcements channel at discord.gg/4player. And that's kind of where I'm going to leave it because I do want to ensure that like I'm not going to put it on like directly on social media or anything because I do want the people who submit the list to actually be like active people in the community. So that's where you'll find it. But if you're interested, you can submit your list there. Incomplete lists are welcome. So if you didn't play 10 games, you can
Yeah.
still submit. It'll kind of change the way it factors into the bigger communities
Also,
wide
please
list.
see
But
my comment under that post. I think it's important. You know, the
oh
year
shit.
that Hollow Knight came out, the community did not have Hollow Knight on their top 10
Mm.
until on your collective top 10 until I went in and removed PUBG and added and recorded audio for Silksong. Or, I mean, not Silksong, Hollow Knight 1. Now is your time to make amends for your
That is
shame
true.
of
That
not
is
having
true.
Hollow Knight on your top 10. And
I've
do
been
not
monitoring
mistreat Silksong.
I have been
Okay?
monitoring the lists that are coming in, and I have seen plenty of Silksong on that
I
list.
swear
I've
to
also
God,
seen some pretty
E33.
interesting surprises. It was a pretty it was 2025 was a pretty cool year. So if you want to submit your list, I'm actually going to leave that poll open through Monday because I post these episodes on Monday, and I want to make sure there's some overlap there. So if you happen to be listening to this episode on Monday, the what is that 9th, Monday the 9th, and you're like, oh, I want to submit my list, you still have time. I'm going to leave it open until midnight tonight. If you're listening to us live on Thursday the 5th, you have until Monday. So get your list in, and we'll use that to calculate our community top 10, and then we'll use that list to factor in to find our site-wide list, which gets combined with all of our individual top 10 lists here, and that's how we come up with our kind of like our site-wide top 10 and our game of the year for the year. So just make sure you get in there and do it sooner rather than later. And again,
As we
incomplete
transition,
lists are fine. There's plenty of people who only played like 5 or 6 games. That's totally fine. You don't have to have played 10 games.
before we move on to the next game, I just want to call Carlos a bitch. He was in chat talking about like we're Bennett Foddy posers, you know, talking about GURP and stuff. But like he has not played Baby Steps. This fucking dude should have bought Baby Steps for the family, and he has not yet. No one, we still don't have it in our collective Steam library, which I think is a bit of a shame. I'd probably stream some Baby Steps, but Carlos especially acting like we're Bennett Foddy posers.
You just got paid $50 from me. Why don't you buy it?
Oh, it finally happened?
Okay, Mr. $8,000 mattress. Okay, fuck you.
Oh man. Okay, so coming right off of Cairn, the only other game we have to talk about tonight. Like I said, it's gonna be a short show. Vital Shell, Brad. Now is your time. And you yourself said there's maybe not a ton to say about it. I don't know exactly what you mean by that, but
imagine Vampire Survivors, but way more simplistic. With a banging ass PS1 soundtrack and visual style, Armor Core, Front Mission, honestly, like early PS1. It reminds me of like early PS1 vibes.
Shit. It does.
In the visuals and the music, and you know, it's like from the menus to everything about the game, like the vibe. I think when you're making a Vampire Survivors game, like ironically, Vampire Survivors is not so much like it, like aesthetically, not like, you know, like if it wasn't for the fact that like it's just ripping off Castlevania, which is like one of my favorite franchises, I probably would have moved on from Vampire Survivors much like long before even the Castlevania DLC came out, because it just wasn't like resonating with me. It wouldn't have resonated with me. Just like there's been a lot of Vampire Survivor likes out there where it's like, okay, this is just more of that, but like I certainly am not into the aesthetic here, and that's half the game, right? If Mega Bonk wasn't so fucking fun to play, I would absolutely have not kept playing that game because the aesthetic and stuff does not do much for me. But you know what? Jumping and stuff in 3D was pretty hot. This game has no, beyond the the look and the music and the vibes of like a early PlayStation 1 mech game, mech aesthetic. It's not even like a mech game. It's a top-down Vampire Survivors game on a very small square.
It's a palette swap
with
mechs.
And you play very short waves, and you're just, you know, it's basically like you're almost like you're playing Geometry Wars, right? Like this is an arcadey Vampire Survivors game where you're just shooting things and trying not to die, and you don't have to aim your weapon. You know, it's like the hybrid style where you can aim it if you want, like if there's a boss, but you're mostly just kind of letting the game do the thing and picking your like attack speed, or do I want, you know, life leech, that sort of shit. It's very simple, dude. It's very simple, and at times I'm like, what am I doing? But it's like just enough of like I like the music enough, I like the look enough, and like it feels just good enough. And it's challenging. I feel like games like this in this genre, the bullet heaven games that are too easy, are missing the point, where it's like too easy to get really powerful. I get bored of them really easily. But if I feel like I have to be on it like the entire time, kind of like Mega Bonk, honestly. Because that's a game where if you put down the controller, you will die quickly. Unlike Vampire Survivors, like back in the day, where you would just get to a point where you could very easily just stand still. This game, you absolutely
Vampire
can never stand
Survivors
still.
old enough to be saying back in the day? I feel like.
I mean, it feels like it's been a long time since Vampire Survivors first launched, and it feels like that because there's been so many games in this genre since then, because it blew up so quickly overnight.
Because you can make one in like a month.
Like, I think this game is, I don't know how much this game cost. It wasn't expensive. Obviously.
Yeah, I didn't even look.
It doesn't look expensive. but it's just enough to where like I keep finding myself going back to it. I was looking desperately for a game. I've been, I finished Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and I've been playing
Hell yeah.
like 2025 was filled with long games and hard games and games where you really had to pay attention and involved games. I really wanted something that was very kind of mindless or lizard brainy, just something I could just turn on, vibe out to, and just not think too hard, or think a little, or maybe a little too hard, but not as hard as like Sectori, right? Like I wanted something that could like distract me, but didn't require a lot out of me. And this kind of fit the bill, but just barely. This isn't like a strong recommendation. I think if you like early PS1 aesthetics and like of like a mech game, like mech games were kind of popular back then, weirdly, and that sort of soundtrack and stuff, there's just enough here of like between like unlocks and weapons. It's not as flashy as a game like Vampire Survivors can get and this genre can get, but look, this is a video game podcast. It's a video game I've been playing, so it's on the show. Do y'all have any fucking questions?
No.
No, I think you covered it all. I've just been. I feel like I've been watching a video on loop, just like watching you like weave in and out of all these enemies while firing. But
Yeah,
that's,
I mean,
you know,
this was the
that's
start of a
that's
level,
the
and the
genre.
level lasts like 30 minutes or whatever, and this entire footage is just me running around this level trying to not die and
It's so
getting
funny, like
slowly
the
more
polar
powerful.
opposites. We feature two
What's that
games in
mean?
this episode. One is like one of the most mechanically intensive games of maybe I've ever played. And then there's
Sure. I
this,
mean, it's
which
a
is maybe
Strand
the
game.
opposite end of that spectrum. But
Does
that's
Cairn
fine.
really deserve all the praise, or does Hideo Kojima deserve the praise? I mean, we're talking about Benefati, but let's be real here. This is inspired by the Strand game genre. I mean, Cairn, not this game. But whatever.
Cairn
Leave
is a
this
Strand
fucking
game.
It's a Strand game.
Cairn is a fucking Strand game, dude.
What
Absolutely.
that is a joke, right? It's a meme. We don't even know what that means.
Dude, play enough of Death Stranding 2.
I am still playing Death Stranding 2.
Wait till that game turns into a mountain climbing simulator.
Yeah.
I can't wait. Okay, yeah, I see your comparison now. That's fair. That's fair.
I don't know what to say.
There are pitons. There are pitons in Death Stranding. Too.
I wish we could hear a little bit of the music, because I mean that's that it adds a lot. I mean, just looking at it, certainly not enough is going on. But you do eventually get to like bosses at the end of like at wave 20, a boss comes out, and it's like a like a little pre-rendered cutscene like of that era that you would see maybe like in like an Armored Core game or something. And it looks so, I'm so nostalgic for that look. I can't explain it, but also when you go to like the edge of the screen, it's like a pre-rendered background that kind of moves weirdly. It reminds me of like Tekken 1 or something, or like games that were mixing pre-rendered and 3D graphics at the same time. But like in an
the effect
early
was just
PS1
weird.
way versus like a late PS1 Final Fantasy way, and it was like hype. Where it was just a picture on a background that moved with the 3D. That shit was hype.
Ahead of its time. Ahead of its time.
I mean, yeah, literally, it was.
All right. It feels weird to already be at this point of the show, but it's been kind of. I mean, there was technically a Nintendo Direct today. Is there anything?
It was a partner direct. There wasn't much there.
A lot of ports. I mean, there were some names that popped up that are recognizable but like nothing that exciting.
We got a date for that Adventures of Elliot game. We got a window for Orbitals, which really is just a split fiction, or It Takes Two. Like it's very like they're doing some of the exact same mechanical.
I mean, that's not
gimmicks.
surprising. That game was new enough and
insanely
fresh enough,
successful.
and kind of it makes sense that there's going to be lots of people trying to kind of capitalize on that.
Like that's another game where that aesthetic is so much better. It's so much cooler than like old fucking 80s anime.
Wait, there was
looking
Turok
shit.
gameplay?
Shut up, Nick. It's
There
not.
was a little bit
It ain't
actually.
it.
I haven't watched that
This
yet.
one ain't for you. This one ain't for you. It's
Wait,
fine.
what's not for me?
Turok Origins.
Dude, what do you mean Turok Origins is not for me? Of course it is.
Do you know what
I'm
Turok
excited for
Origins
Turok.
is?
Yes. And
Yeah, it ain't
believe
for
me,
you.
I am going to play.
Yeah.
I am definitely going to play it. It's
Wait,
Turok,
do you
man. Of
know
course
that?
I'm going to play it.
I
Is
mean,
it
it's
Turok?
showing a mix of first person and third person gameplay. I mean, it looks.
And you can play it single player.
Was Fable the Journey a Fable game? Was Fable Legends a Fable game? I mean, you know, not really, right?
I don't care. I'm
Fable
gonna play.
fans
I
were
mean,
like, dude, I'm playing Fable Legends no matter what. Is that the canceled one? The 4-player co-op one? I feel like
Yeah.
that might not have been the name.
Or was that the card
Fable
game?
Legends? There was a card game? There was a card
I've lost
game.
track.
With a really ugly art style. I remember that. Something
Look,
on like Xbox Live Arcade.
This new Turok game may not end up being for me, but they are
I
touting
didn't
it
put
as
it
like
in
a game
trailer
you
talk.
can play completely single player.
What? They're saying that?
Yeah, you
That's
can go to the.
yeah, that's not real.
I mean, it's just an
you
action
could play
game
Left 4
that's-
Dead by yourself. You know, it's not real.
Dude, I played the entirety of Borderlands 1 by myself, and it was my game
Yeah,
of the year.
but
this year.
no. Borderlands, like Monster Hunter, like no, that's not absolutely. That's
I'm
a
not
game you
saying
can
this
play
is
by
going to
yourself.
be that, but I'm just saying like it's not unheard of to like have a good time
Yeah,
playing
this
a game
this
that's
game
designed
exists.
around multiplayer.
Yeah, it's designed around like this game
Like,
doesn't
so-
exist. Like single player only exists to appease people like you, and that's it. And it's
And
gonna
I
just
consider me
And me?
appeased.
You,
I'm
but
a-
you
I-
play games with other people sometimes, Chris Davis.
I am
Very rarely.
Turok is one of those series that I will I feel obligated to at least try it. Whether that means I end up playing it with other people or playing it by myself, it is a game I'm going to give it a chance. No matter what.
I mean, watch the new trailer. Oh, that's
Will
all I'll
do.
say.
You
I mean,
didn't put
I-
it in trailer talk, so
It's a weird series. Yeah, I didn't. It's a weird series
bitch.
to always give a chance to. Can I say
Yeah.
that?
I mean,
Is that fair?
sure.
Turok?
I mean,
Yeah.
dude, yeah, of course it's
I mean,
Yeah.
you could love the first couple Turok games. It's a weird series. It's been such a long time.
I
and there's
just
been
know
a
Turok's
handful
got
of
it in there
really,
somewhere.
really bad Turok games.
dude, I
But,
even
like-
played all the way through the Xbox 360 Turok, even though that like didn't have like anything
Yeah, but
about
at the
it
time, that was the kind of game you still like wanted to play. Like this does not even seem like your genre. Like you're not even genre, not even your
it's Saber
like,
Interactive, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's
It's
you know, like are you gonna play World War Z or whatever? You know, like it's not your kind of game. It's
We'll see.
it's
Find
you'll-
out. Tune in here. You'll find out how I feel about it on 4Player podcast when the game comes out. Because I will
Okay,
play it.
Yeah.
And it'll be in our Steam library, so y'all can play it too. Although we could never play it together unless somebody else buys it. I'll play it with the community. How's that?
Okay.
There will be a
Yeah.
stream night where I play Turok Origins with the community, unless it's dog shit. If it comes out and it's reviewed poorly and it's dog shit, then that won't happen. I'm just being honest. But I have hopes and dreams. Anyways, again, yeah, it's gonna be a short show this week. There's not a ton to talk about beyond this, so let's go ahead and wrap up with the 4-player minute. Final thoughts for the week.
somebody else
Brad, go.
gets to go first.
Oh my
Oh, you don't want to
God,
talk about
every
Fantasy
week.
Critic?
No, I mean I can. No, it's because my 4-player minute topic came up like naturally earlier in the show, which does happen to me sometimes.
Was it Turok?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't Turok. We could talk about Fantasy Critic. Were there big developments?
There was a bid.
There was a
This
bid.
week.
There's a current bid. There was a pickup last week, which was interesting. Take it away, Chris Davis. No, it's my 4-player minute. I'll take it away. You seem like you wanted to say something. Let's see. So this week the bid is for an unannounced next mainline Xenoblade Chronicles game, which is interesting.
That's
There
gotta be
was
Ed, right?
news this week. It's got to be it. There was news this week saying from the voice actor for Cosmos, who was a character in Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
But not Cosmos. Just the same actor. Is what you're saying.
Cosmos. Cosmos. Yeah,
Wait,
Cosmos.
Yeah, I know.
Wait, hang on.
I know who Cosmos is.
Cosmos is the character from Xenosaga.
Yes.
There's also a character
she's
named Cosmos in Xenoblade?
No. There is the
Yes.
actor who played Cosmos.
No. Cosmos
Wait,
is
I'm
in
so
Xenoblade
confused.
2.
What?
Cosmos is in Xenoblade 2. Cosmos is all over the place, dude. She's like a rock star. She's been in so much shit over the years. I mean,
How is
dude,
her name
I've
not
seen
Cosmos?
No, it's Cosmos. I mean,
I'm just
look,
trying not to
Xenosaga famously had voice acting in an era where there wasn't a lot of voice acting. Trust me, it's Cosmos. Cosmos.
I know it is. I'm saying that's fucking dumb.
It's with the K, dude, and there's a hyphen. Okay, like fuck you. It's called science fiction by way of Japanese RPGs. Fuck you, dude.
Yeah.
Cosmos is the
real
girl boss.
Real shit.
How dare you?
I'm with Nick.
But here's the thing. So people are taking that to mean like, oh, she's probably talking about a new Xenoblade project, but in reality, it's probably Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Definitive Edition, because they've done it with the first game, they've done it with X, and now is the time to do 2. So it might, like, that voice actor saying like that being news this week is not pointing towards a new Xenoblade game. At least
so what you're saying is Ed might be getting a little ahead of himself.
Yes.
With this bid.
I don't know when the last time we talked about it was. I mean, High Guard came out, right? Which of course Carlos picked up. And since Chris Davis was in last place, he got the good counter pick, which is why last place is pretty good. So High Guard scored like kind of like we expected High Guard to score, and so Chris Davis earned points on a counter pick. Which let me tell you, like this is probably a new feeling for Chris Davis, because like he like last year he was like had negative points like over halfway through the year.
Yeah,
and now and it wasn't even his fuck up. Like it's Carlos's fuck up earned him points. So that must feel nice. Like I'm just mad that someone got an easy counter pick when there was mostly after that like not easy counter picks.
Was it Carlos's mistake? Because I feel like half the time Carlos is like a controlled crash. You know what I mean?
Well,
like he knows.
High Guard was a bit. High Guard was a bit. I mean, he likes Titanfall, right? But I mean, come on.
But he also
that's so
like
far removed
his
from
first
Titanfall that
his first round pick was also Half-Life 3. So like
that's not a bit though. That's not a bit. There's so much smoke with Half-Life, and the payout is so huge. And like that's the kind of stuff that you should be going for in Fantasy Critic. Honestly, if unannounced Half-Life, Carlos went after me. If it was still available when the snake came back around, that would have been my second pick. Anyways, yeah, Cairn came out. It did well. Dragon Quest came out. It did kind of like those Dragon Quest games have been doing. 85. Cairn's currently in 86. High Guard's a 61. Mio Memories in Orbit 83. Kind of better, a little bit better than I expected. Neo
is
3,
it an 83 now? I thought it was an 82
83
now.
Fuck. Neo 3 also a little bit better than I expected at 85. Because like, so I'm going to talk about Neo 3 extensively next week, but Neo 3, I could summarize it very easily. It's the Neo 1 and 2 mechanics, but put in like these open field, like in the open world, like Rise of the Ronin, which was maybe like the weakest part of Rise of the Ronin. So I was really worried that Neo was actually going to be like the demo is one of those areas, and I thought it was just going to be like the demo times 5 or something, and maybe it is, but like the critics seem pleased. So that's good news. I mean, I thought Rise of the Ronin was like a really good game that was underscored, so it makes sense, but I wasn't expecting Neo 3 to perform this well. So
well, I'm glad if I pulled it off.
So far.
But at the same time, I lost 13 points on Mio, so I have a net positive of 2 points.
Yeah, but there's always dangerous counters, Don't forget, you always have
by the way, I am I am almost done with Mio Memories in Orbit, and that game's pretty fucking legit. Can I just say I got an upgrade in Mio like that kind of changes the way you traverse the world, and it's like one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
I've heard like exploration and some of those abilities and those secrets are like the cool shit in Mio. So
Dude, you get it. You
I
get an
might get
ability.
around to it.
You get an ability that literally makes it so that you move around the world like uh like the squids in the Matrix, or
Oh yeah, I've seen it. Like
The
her
Sentinels?
hair is like
dude,
grabbing
yeah, the
ceilings and shit, right?
Sentinels. Like, dude,
Yeah.
yeah, like it's fucking. I was like the as soon as I got it, I was like, how does this not like break the entire game? Because like I feel like I can go anywhere now, but like it's designed around it, and it's kind of incredible. Why'd I counterpick that? Fuck.
I mean, because you didn't get the easy high guard counter pick.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm on the final boss though. I'm gonna finish that this week. Anyways, anything else you want to say, Brett?
No, no.
Sounds like a no to me. Crispy.
Okay, I said I'd talk about the Overwatch news. The
Yeah.
Overwatch news
Hype. There's some
is
crossover.
oh yeah, there's a Hello Kitty crossover coming.
Yeah, let's put that in the trailer talk.
Yeah, the Sanrio characters. Hello Kitty. Anyway, it looks kawaii. No, but the big headline is they dropped the 2. We're just
So
back
now
to
it's just a
Overwatch.
platform. Now
We're just back
Overwatch
to
is a platform.
Overwatch, but they've dedicated to another like 10 years of development for the game because we are on the 10th year of the game. And some of the big changes they're making is, first of all, they're changing the pace at which they release heroes now. They've said they're releasing 10 heroes this year, which is
That's
crazy.
That
That's
is
a lot,
for Overwatch,
especially
yeah.
since 5 of them are dropping at the same time in 5 days.
That seems like a big
So
deal.
there's 5 characters coming out. It's like 1, 2 DPS, 2 healers, and a tank. A couple of the heroes that they're dropping next week are somewhat notable. One of them is a character whose like concept art was teased before the game came out, like in 2015.
Mm-hmm.
We never saw him or heard anything about him again, but now he's here and he's a DPS guy, I guess. And then there was always rumors, or there have been rumors for a long time about a jetpack cat, a cat that has a jetpack.
What?
That cat is coming out. It doesn't have a clever name. It's just called Jetpack Cat.
Fuck yeah,
And it's a healer, and its whole gimmick is that like it's constantly flying, and it has a tow cable, so it can like grab allies, move them to safety. It can grab enemies, drop them off maps. Like it can do all kinds of shit.
That is adorable.
That's actually
I just looked it up.
That's kind of badass.
Part of what is like kind of cool about these heroes is that like the last hero they put out was Vendetta. She's like a big, like really quick, jumpy, like sword wielder. Some of the new mechanics that they're introducing, the new playstyles they're introducing with the characters, are genuinely like interesting. Like, you know, they've got like 40 characters in the game. You kind of think, all right, how many more tricks can you
Are
pull?
they really up to that many?
It's getting there. I don't know. It's got to be close.
Like a Marvel vs. Capcom game.
Yeah, it's wild.
Can I
so you're like, how many more? But
can I ask a
these
pretty
Jetpack
naive-
Cat, the new tank, they all look kind of really different from anything else we've ever seen. Yeah, go ahead. What's
It
up,
might be a too obvious of a question, but can you still play Overwatch 1? And if so, what are they calling that?
You can still play Overwatch 1.
What's that going to be
It's
called?
not called Overwatch. It's just Overwatch. It's just another mode of Overwatch. It's just 6v6.
It's just a mode?
It's not called Overwatch. It's not called Overwatch. It's not like click here to play Overwatch, click here to play Overwatch 2. It's just Overwatch was a 6v6 format, and now Overwatch 2 is a 5v5 format. And then they added a 6v6 format into Overwatch 2. It's not like it
They
is.
don't limit
It's not
your
like it was
characters?
playing the game way back when. They did an event where they had like a rewind, where they had a dedicated mode where not only was it a 6v6, but all the heroes, like the roster was reduced back to the originals. Everyone who had like changed roles was changed back to their other roles. They all had their 1.0 kits, which I don't think
Dude,
hardly any characters still
they
have
did
their 1.0
Overwatch
kit.
Classic.
Well, that's not true. Yeah, they did an Overwatch class, but it was a limited event and it's not in the game. So you can still play 5v5, which is like what, or 6v6, which is what Overwatch would be if it kept all the updating, but they, made it a 6v6
So this is
game. But
essentially
the
just
game
a
is
really
now balanced for 5v5, so it's kind of like an off mode.
Are
It's
any
like
of the characters
it's not the main rideable
Can any of the
or
characters ride a
breedable.
bear? Ride a bear.
Yeah.
A bear
Mhm.
mount.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I mean, hypothetically, they don't,
I'm in.
but they could.
I'm in. I'm in.
They could.
they're capable.
One of them's
of
like
it.
a robot bear, but really more of like a centaur horse. But they
Uh-oh.
could. They fucking could.
I feel like the
Reinhardt's
last time you
a
talked about
bear.
Overwatch on this show is you were talking about that hamster that would like swing around in the
Hammond.
ball.
That
or
wasn't the
whatever.
last time I talked about Overwatch, but yeah, that was a thing. Yeah, Hammond,
That feels
Wrecking
like
Ball. That's
so
the whole.
long ago.
So
He's still a thing though, right? It's not like a past tense.
right,
Like, he's still
and
a
the other
character.
thing, yeah, absolutely. They haven't removed any characters. They've never removed a character. The other big thing is that they've like now changed roles again. So like you've got tank, DPS, support, but now they've added sub roles to all of those. So there's a whole bunch of different new passive buffs to like characters now that are like, oh, you're a strategist support, or you're a initiator tank or something. I don't know. You're a flanker DPS, and then they give you. So I don't know. We'll see. But they've got 5 heroes next week, and then they're gonna release a new hero with every season for the rest of the year. So another hero every, I don't know, 2 months or something. Something like that.
It seems like it
Something
seems
like
like
that?
kind of the smart move. It's
Well,
if you ask me.
it finally feels like Marvel Rivals has them on the back foot and they're like fighting, Oh, yeah, that's the other thing too. They now are doing like story initiatives. So they've done a thing in the game where they've like added a tab that now has like all the story content they put out. So like whenever they put out a trailer or motion comic or like story snippets, now you can kind of like access that in the game, because that's another big historical problem with Overwatch, is that like it has a setup but the story doesn't start. Like the story didn't start in the first game, and then it kind of started when they decided to call it Overwatch 2, but now it hasn't like evolved, but now it is evolving. But now they have like a story initiative where they're going to have a storyline that goes across the whole year, and this storyline is Overwatch versus Talon, and Talon is like the evil agency that some of the characters are a part of.
But didn't
So
they
now
cancel?
like they have this whole thing. What?
Didn't they cancel the single player content they were working on?
Yeah, this isn't
It's
single player. It's story. I'm saying it's a story initiative. They have a thing now where like you complete missions for one of the two sides. Like you pick if you're going to fight for Overwatch or for Talon, and then as you're playing games you do missions like, in fucking Fortnite or something. And you get specific rewards depending on which faction you're a part of, and as the like faction hits checkpoints globally, they release new story content or new rewards or new this
so
or
it's like
that.
everybody's kind of
said-
contributing to.
Yeah, so they've
rolling it
said
out.
this is going to be a story that runs for the whole year. I mean, think of like, I don't know, Helldivers 2 or something, right?
Yeah.
Where like the whole community's working on hitting a goal, except there's like 2 competing
Like Nobi
factions.
Boy, if you will.
Yeah, like Nobi Boy, Brad.
You
Yeah,
will remember
of
Nobi
course.
Yeah.
Boy.
To dumb it down for you, Brad. Yes, it's like Nobi Boy. And then
Touche.
yeah, they're also adding changes to Stadium, which is like that half a MOBA mode where you're like buying upgrades and shit. kind of cool, but I don't know, whatever. And Hello Kitty skins.
And Hello Kitty skins.
Of course.
Hello Kitty and friends.
Of course.
Hello Kitty sells.
And a new UI that looks suspiciously similar to Marvel Rivals menu.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
Suspicious.
No, but this is great. I love it. I'm glad. I'm glad they're finally trying again. So
putting
Marvel
in the
Rivals,
effort, putting in the work. Yeah.
This is the competitive environment. This is no room for higher guard. Sorry, guys.
Sorry.
Yeah.
All right.
You never
Chris
even
Davis.
installed it? What's up?
And by the time I installed it, it was already impossible to get a match.
Dang. That's short-lived. Chris Davis.
My final thought is I got paid. Brad has been paid for Fantasy Critic. Now I'm going to pay my penance this weekend. I will start work and I will broadcast Lost in Bloom, whatever it's called, and work on that. And then to reward myself afterwards, I'm going to play the new content for Half-Life 2 Raising the Bar Redux. So looking forward to doing that.
Interesting. You know, you make it sound like the game you're being forced to stream is that bad.
No, I'm not.
You like those games. Like, it's not going to be like when I had to play that samurai game. Which,
well, no, it's what sort of puts me off is that all the reviews for Lost in Bloom were based on the first 2 episodes, and none of the reviews really were about the later stuff, which is evidently supposed to be where the good stuff is.
That is not what I fucking heard.
Really?
I hear it ends tragically.
Oh, great.
Oh no.
Lovely.
Just let the man have his peace before he
Maybe I'm wrong.
Am I obligated to play this all the way through?
No, I didn't play all the way through.
Absolutely, dude. This is your kind of shit. You put it on here because you're a Life is Strange girly. Life is Strange was your game of the year.
Yeah, that's true. That's factually correct.
So you want to play this game. This should be
to
a
be
treat
fair,
for you.
You didn't force me to play all the way through Spirit of the Samurai.
Yeah, but that game was like borderline fucking broken. This shit plays itself, dude. It's a fucking Telltale game. Come on, man.
I guess.
Don't you want to get to the end of the story? You like these games. How many you like Life is Strange?
I do, yeah. And I'm really looking forward to the new one.
It didn't even get like a tragically bad score. Like you know,
we got like a 60.
Way worse. It could be way worse. You put it on your list as like a semi-heart pick. And now you're like, do I have to finish it? I'm surprised you had not already played through the fucking game.
Play it to completion, Chris.
I will work on it. It is.
He just
it is
doesn't
already.
want to play it because it's woke.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Wow. Fuck you. I will.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that somehow plays into why it didn't score very well.
I will play the game this weekend. I've already bought it. It's already installed on my computer. I'm ready to go. I'll just get it done.
It didn't score well because Don't Nod makes games that don't score well. That's why. That's it.
Well, but they also made Life is Strange, and that scored real well.
The only game I think they made that scored over an 80.
They made True Colors, didn't they? Or is that the other one? The other team?
No, that's the other team.
Yeah,
they haven't made Life is Strange since Life is Strange 2.
Okay. Anything else you want to add in there, Chris Davis?
Oh, well, it was actually positive, 73. Okay. All right. Okay. Maybe I'll say something else. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm good.
Cool. My final thought this week. I'm not sure if this is actually going to happen, just because there's stuff going on in my life at the moment. But as of right now, the plan tomorrow is for my wife and I to go see Iron Lung in theaters. Mark Pillier's self-funded horror film.
Mark Pillier.
Based off
written and directed by Mark Pillier. Is it
starring.
Based on that game Iron Lung?
Yeah. The game that I played. on the stream that I
Didn't it
finished
have
on
like
the
a pretty good
stream.
opening weekend or some shit?
Dude, had considering how much money was spent to make it, it had a really, really successful
It was a
launch.
$3 million
And
budget. I think it's got like 21 million so far in
I saw that new
returns.
Sam Raimi movie. It was pretty good.
I've heard it's really good. Fuck.
Send help.
But it's funny. I was like, I was like, how the fuck are they making Iron Lung into a movie? I mean, I guess the concept you could take it places, I guess, but like that game, the game itself was like 45 minutes long. The movie is 2 hours long. And the whole thing takes place inside of the Iron Lung, but like I don't know, it's people are digging it. And it was my wife's idea. She was the one who wanted to go see it. And now I'm kind of like here for it. So I'm interested to see what this is all about.
He's just a
I'll
Mark
report
Pillier
back.
fan.
I don't claim. I mean, I have nothing against Mark Pillier. I have, but I'm like, I just don't really watch a lot of like streamers and like Twitch content and stuff and YouTube channels. I'm just saying it's
also
true.
like 15 years ago, like I mean, I'm sure he's still like kicking ass, right? But like,
yeah,
it's funny for you to say I don't consume Markiplier stuff because I don't watch YouTube stuff. Like that's like literally you said the same thing 15 years ago. It's funny because it just feels like such a dated thing to say. Like there's like much better reasons to not consume YouTube stuff than
well, yeah, but it's just never
Markiplier.
been about
Mark Pillier.
I don't know. I don't know what else to say. It sounds
Back when
like
you
a
could just
cool
have a
kind of.
deep voice and be a
It's
PewDiePie knockoff and make
it
millions.
sounds like a pretty cool passion project that it's like I don't know. It's
Are you gonna do
somewhat
the?
mediocre compared to according to critics, but you know, whatever.
Are you gonna
but
do the
like
Resident Evil
audiences
menu?
love it. So I don't think that menu is only available for very specific showings. Like you can go see The Thing, and there's like 3 other movies they're doing,
Cabin
and
in
they
the
have the
Woods.
special Resident Evil menu. Cabin in the Woods. Yeah, I do want to order off that menu, but I don't know if I will be able to go to one of those showings. But we shall see.
I've never actually seen Cabin in the Woods, so I might.
You should. It's pretty good. Anyways, God, I suddenly have a frog in my throat. So I'll wrap it up there. Guys, once again, thank you so much for tuning in this week. I know it's been a little bit of a shorter show, but go play Cairn. It's pretty fucking good. I think that's kind of the moral of the story this week. And again,
Not really
reminder.
what the moral is, but
okay, fine. Thanks, Brad.
No.
You know what I mean. So again, reminder, if you are in the community and you want to submit your top 10 list, please do so before the end of the day, before midnight on Monday, February 9th. You can find the link in our announcements channel at discord.gg/4player. And we'll, of course, return next week to talk about more video games, probably Neo 3 for starters. So it should be a good show. And in the meantime, we'd love to have you in our Discord, and we'll see you next week. So, guys, be good to each other, play video games, and good night.
God.